What's going on, guys? Back with another Wizards video. Now, the Wizards lose to the Pacers. Um, they made a little comeback attempt late in the fourth quarter, but ultimately, it was all for naught. They lost. And what bugs me about this is it's just when it's the Rockets scoring so many points, it's okay. They're a high-powered offense, but when it's the Timberwolves missing Anthony Towns, their best offensive player, when it's the Pacers, who are a middle-of-the-pack offense, and they're missing Miles Turner, Jeremy Lamb, Oladipo's not there, and they're hurt, it bugs me when they give up 70 points in a half, when the Pacers are scoring the most points in a half and the most bench points that they've scored this season, It bugs me because it shows that something, I don't know. Isaiah Thomas isn't good at defense. Ish Smith isn't good at defense. Hachimura isn't good at defense. Thomas Bryant struggles in the pick and roll game. Bertans isn't a good defender. They got a lot of offensive guys who struggle on defense. And I mean, it makes sense. Look at where the Wizards' offense is ranked compared to where their defense is ranked. But it's to a point where you look at what's happening on the court and you got Doug McDermott. That's simple scouting report. Doug McDermott been in the league for how long now? Everybody know what his game is. And he getting corner three, wide open, practice shot. Corner three, wide open, practice shot. How is this happening? Just so many easy shots. So many uncontested shots. For the longest, the Pacers were shooting at 50% from the three and from the field. They were around that 50-point mark, that 50% mark. Now they ended off around 46% and 40% from the three, but for a while, the Wizards it was like practice. It was a scrimmage. And they run zone. They run man, but it doesn't work because you have so many offensive guys that struggle defensively. It's like you just parting the Red Sea out there. It's just somebody get boned by, next thing you know, help come over, somebody wide open in the corner, easy three. I mean, it is just tough to watch the team struggle defensively this much. We all knew they were going to be bad defensively, but it's like, man, 121 points to the Pacers, who averaged like 107? I mean, it's just very disappointing. Now, let me get into the lineup. The starting lineup has to change. Isaiah Thomas doesn't look well playing in the starting lineup. Now, I know he's Isaiah Thomas. They want to give him a chance. But he's played way better off of the bench than in the 2 games he has started. His style and Bill's style doesn't look like they're meshing well. You notice when the Wizards made that run tonight, Ish Smith was in the game next to Bill and not Isaiah Thomas. It is tough. Brad and Isaiah don't seem to be a good match. It seems better when they're playing separately, and it seems better when Isaiah Thomas is coming off the bench. He's had his best games. I mean, Bonga, he's been nice. I praised him before. I spoke about how he does the little things that's not on the stat sheet. But with the team getting more healthy, with CJ Miles coming back, with Troy Brown coming back, I mean, it's time for him to take a seat upon the bench and call it that. Troy Brown Jr. or CJ Miles should be starting. Ish Smith should be starting. And that should be the starting lineup. Smith, Bill, CJ Miles, and or Troy Brown. I prefer Troy Brown, Hachimura, and Bryant. That should be your starting lineup right there. Isaiah Thomas off the bench. Then you got Wagner, Bertans. You can throw McCray in there. And CJ Miles. That could be your bench. Mix him and match him however you want. Stagger the minutes for the starters however you want, Scott. But I think that's how it should be. This Isaiah Thomas, Bradley Beal backcourt matching, it looks nasty. It ain't working. Isaiah Thomas don't look like he playing his game out there like he was playing when he was coming off the bench. Stuff looking real forced and cluttered and nasty. So I'll go ahead and switch that up against the Cavaliers. As far as the defense, that might be a lost cause. You got a lot of offensive guys who struggle on defense. This is going to be the natural result of things. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you to fix that. But another thing that was kind of upsetting late in the game when they were making a comeback, Sabonis was getting a lot of offensive rebounds. They were going to have a lot of second chance points, and that ultimately killed their run. You got to rebound, man. You got to rebound. Now, they finished off, I believe, tied with rebounds. The Wizards had like 3 more offensive rebounds. But later in the game is when the offensive rebounds for the Pacers really started to pick up. And that cost them points. So, that's all I really got to say on this game. The Wizards will be back at it on Friday against the Cavaliers. See if they can try to pick up a win. I hope the starting lineup has changed. But until next time, I'm out, guys. Peace.